Greetings to the video. So today, God, it's hot, it's really hot. It's been cloudy the whole time I've been in. Today it's hot. So in the last like 2 weeks I've had to hydrate and fuel for rides in very different temperatures. So one that was around freezing, and today I think it's about 26. Oh no, steep corner. And so I thought I would share some things that I've learnt to do in different temperatures to stay fueled and hydrated and to get the best out of your rides. But I'm going to have to do it when I stop because I'm currently on Soria climb and it's quite steep. I love them rocks. God, it's so hot. Hello, I'm at the top of the climb now. I am, you can't even see it, but my hair is so sweaty. First tip before I even get into any of the specifics of like how to fuel and hydrate, the main thing is that you can actually access your water and your food when you're riding, because I've heard and I've seen a lot of people that aren't able to grab their water when they're riding. So if that's the case, wear like a camelback, or they can't get the food because the pockets are just like so small and tight. I'm talking to you, Matt. They are just ridiculously small, tight pockets, and you can't get things out. So if you need a top tube bag, get a top tube bag. People, GCN, oh, it's all that gubbins. I don't care. Get a top tube bag if it means that you're going to be able to eat and access your food and drink as you're riding, because honestly, I'd rather have a top tube bag and be able to ride than like not eat enough and then be having to push my bike. That looks way worse than I think a top tube bag does on a bike. So basically I ride up Soria to ride down this climb just so that I can ride back up it, because it is that good. Look at it, look at this, just look at that. Like, just, oh, I love the people that created this road because it's just stunning, and it goes all the way down there, and that is Magan down there. That's where I'm going to, where all those like buildings are, and then basically just turning around to come all the way back up because it's just beautiful. Right, I'm laughing because I've tried to film this so many times. I've had a dog barking, I can't even speak now, a dog barking, a load of people walking past us chatting on the phone. It's totally, they're on, they can do what they want. Hydration, little fact for you. So basically when you're sweating, you're losing electrolytes, you're losing water. As you sweat more, your blood volume decreases, which basically just means it's harder for your body to perform the same functions that it would if it was at full volume. So if you're cycling, it's going to feel harder, you're going to feel more fatigued. And I didn't realise this probably for about the first couple of years of my cycling, and I couldn't figure out why I would feel so rough after either long hot days on the bike or just generally long days. Like after some Audaxes, I couldn't get out of bed the next day, and I was like, why am I feeling like this? Because I always thought that like electrolytes were like a bit of a scam, that they were just like, nah, I don't need them, I'll just drink water, that'll hydrate me. But actually just completely just drinking water alone without electrolytes can actually dehydrate you, because you're just diluting all the electrolytes in your body. So use electrolytes, use whichever ones you want. When I was looking, there were so many that were just full of like colorings, preservatives, like flavorings, and just fake. I just didn't want anything that was, I basically just wanted the electrolytes. I just wanted it as something as simple and as natural as possible. I find Precision Hydration, and they were the best. They're actually called Precision Fuel and Hydration now because they've also added fuel to their products. But the electrolytes are phenomenal because they have different strengths, so not everyone sweats the same, so they understand that, and so that they have different strengths. So go and have a look on their website. They've got like lots of information on there to figure out like what kind of sweater you are. But for me, I generally just go for the full strength, because if it's really, really hot, or if I'm on an Audax, I just like to make sure that I've got enough electrolytes. So that is what I do. Today I've actually got, because it's not a particularly long ride, it's probably about 75k, a couple of thousand meters elevation, so I've got the 1,000 ones today, but I'm obsessed with them. They are just so good. When I go away, I forgot them in France. Anyway, long story, I had my friend try and post them out because I just like, I can't go without them because I just think they're just so good. How much I use, so I wish I could be more specific, but I'm not. I don't say I drink this amount of I don't drink this many bottles per hour, although they have on the Precision Fuel and Hydration website, they've got like a calculator. So if you're going to do a big event, they tell you like how much you need to like eat, and also how many like electrolytes and things that you need to use on that ride, and like what the temperature is. So that can give you a very specific answer. I cannot, because I kind of wing it. I just basically just make sure that I'm drinking really regularly, and then each bottle of water I have, I will just put an electrolyte in there. I know that some people will be like, oh, they're really expensive for electrolytes, I can get cheaper. Yes, but they are like super strength. So if you do want them a little bit cheaper, basically you just cut a tablet in half. If you're going to use the whole amount of that strength, I just kind of halve them. And then also in winter, what I would say, it's really easy to drink, it's really easy to drink a lot in summer because you're hot and you feel like you're physically sweating, so you're like, oh, I need to drink. In winter, I think it's even more important because you've got like the wind chill and sweat dries quite quickly, and you don't realise that you are actually sweating a lot more than you think. Or if you're on the turbo specifically, definitely need electrolytes. So I think it's more important, as equally important, I would say, to have them in winter as well as summer. Also, I like a little Fanta for drinking. I don't drink coffee. I don't really drink caffeine that often. I don't think that's ideal because caffeine is a diuretic, which basically means you are just going to force water out of your body and not kind of hydrate yourself. So I kind of steer away from that. I'm eating a baguette. I've also got this. It's a persimmon. Oh my days, they are the best things ever. All that cost £1.38. No, €1.38. And this is my thing on fueling. I just think eat what you like and eat what you normally eat. I don't think it needs to be that complicated. But like it's good like having like a little stop, but obviously on the bike is different. So yeah, make sure that you can actually, I mean, you can't, it'd be really hard to eat that on the bike. This is a nice little stop. So on the bike, my go-to foods are dates. So amazing to eat. Obviously because they're tasty, but just really easy to eat. And then just have like sweeties. I have like soft mints. I have Cliff bars occasionally. So your body can take on between 60 and 100 grams of carbs per hour. And so for me, if I'm going to have dates, that looks like 3 or 4 dates per hour, depending on how big they are. And I am quite regimented on that when I'm going to do a big day. And so I have a alert set up on my Garmin to beep every 30 minutes to be like, eat something. So that's a really good tip, especially if you want to do like a really long day, because that's when I kind of like forget to eat. I think the main thing with fuel is just eating little and often. For me, I don't like stopping and having like a massive big, like sometimes I do it on Audexes, like pie and chips, for example, or like a massive meal. Like I don't really love that. I just feel a bit like groggy afterwards, so I just like little and often, or stick to just fruits and things that are easily digestible. So for me, that is like sweets, it's dates, and like, sorry, nearly rolled off. Sugary drinks. I don't have no sugar drinks. Precision Fuel and Hydration also have got some gels. They're gels actually, and also the electrolytes. They just taste like neutral. They're not necessarily a flavour. They're just kind of a nice neutral taste. I always have. In fact, I've had it actually. When did I have that? I always keep an energy gel, like one of their gels, in as like an emergency thing. I did actually have to have that. I think it might have been on that Blackpool ride the other week. I had to have someone else's bar on that. I did not fuel that properly at all. And I'll get onto that because winter is a lot harder to fuel because you've got gloves on. It's harder to get things in and out of bags. So in winter, what I would suggest is having it in liquid form. So like in your bottle, have like sugar in there or like a carb mix, carb drink, and kind of drink your calories. So overall, I don't think it should be that complicated. I don't think, unless you're racing and like every second counts, I don't think it really matters. I think just eat what you like, eat often and regularly. They look like a big tomato, but they're not. They're called persimmons. They're just unbelievably good. I've also got a couple of recipes for energy bars, which are really, really cheap to make. Tasty. You can freeze them, take them out the night before, put them in your jersey pocket. Amazing. Because I'm not against gels or bars, I just think they're quite expensive. And like that, for example, was like £1. I'm hydrated, I'm fueled up. So now I'm gonna get back on to my fave climb. I do have a discount code as well if it's your first time pushing from Precision Fuel and Hydration. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Also, one thing that I should add that I didn't before is the amount of electrolytes and food that you need completely depends on how hard you're riding. So if you've got two people, one's going really steady, gentle, not pushing it, and the other person is absolutely caning it, obviously that person is going to need more. But even if you're riding steady, just commuting, you still need to have like snacks and drinks. Oh God. And some of my gears aren't working, so that's what made me think, because I'm pushing a lot harder because my lowest gears aren't working, and so I'm sweating a lot more. So I'll need to drink more.